हेलो एंड वेलकम टू क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट। मैं हूं सौम्य कपूर, मेरे साथ है साहिल मल्होत्रा। और साहिल, आईपीएल ऑक्शन का फीवर एकदम टॉप आसमान पर है। बड़े बड़े बिड्स लग रहे हैं, फास्ट बॉलर्स पे बहुत अच्छे बिड्स लग रहे हैं, बहुत बड़े बड़े बिड्स लग रहे हैं। पैट कमिंस, मिचेल स्टार्क ने हेडलाइंस बना दी है। मिचेल स्टार्क हैज बिकम द कॉस्टलीस्ट प्लेयर। एक घंटे के अंदर उन्होंने वो रिकॉर्ड तोड़ दिया था पैट कमिंस का। मोर देन 24 करोड़ फॉर मिचेल स्टार्क, मोर देन 20 करोड़ फॉर पैट कमिंस। व्हाट डू यू मेक ऑफ दिस बिडिंग?
I don't know. I can't make sense of this because this is insane amount of money we are talking about. Like this is a lot of money, boss. Like Sam Curran last time 18.5 crores.
Yeah.
I wasn't like convinced with that bid too because that was a lot of money for Sam Curran. Cameron Green, yes, made sense because he was a quickish bowler, a tall bowler, can hit the ball a long way. But Sam Curran में last year भी disagree कर रहा था थोड़ा सा. अब मैं agree disagree करने की position में तो नहीं हूँ, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money for someone like a Mitchell Starc who hasn't played the IPL for 5-6 years now. You never know how many games he's going to play this year too. Now KKR, if they've invested so much into this player, I'm sure they are hoping that he'll last 14 games at least and take them to the 15-16 and then eventually the 17th game if that at all happens. So it's a big call and big gamble. You know, with Pat Cummins, I understand a lot comes to the table for SRH. He's your captaincy option, a leader in the group. He can contribute with the bat too. But with Starc, I don't know. It looks like a big gamble and a big statement by KKR.
But Pat Cummins is also, साहिल, SRH के पास ऑलरेडी बहुत ओवरसीज प्लेयर हैं. आई हैव बीन टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस. वो ओवरसीज 11 बना सकते हैं, इतने उन्होंने ओवरसीज पिक कर लिए. देन यू हैव आल्सो पैट कमिंस. या तो आप पहले रिलीज कर देते कुछ प्लेयर्स को. यू हैड एडन मार्करम फॉर द लीडरशिप रोल. ओके, दिस गिव्स एन आइडिया कि शायद पैट कमिंस के पास वो कैप्टनसी जा सकती है because of his returns with the Australian team, WTC, उसके बाद World Cup. But a lot of money for an overseas player.
I think a lot of recency bias has come into play here because if you remember, Pat Cummins in the IPL has been very underwhelming.
Yeah.
He played for KKR
True.
Before this, 15.25 crore if I'm not wrong his bid was.
True.
And he was getting hammered left, right and center, and apart from that contribution with the bat, I think against MI he had that quick fire cameo which kind of set the stage on fire, but other than that he looked very, very ineffective with the ball.
Yeah.
And I hope that is not the case this time around because SRH, the amount of money which they have spent on Pat Cummins, it's insane. And right now you're looking at a new look SRH with Travis Head, with Pat Cummins, Klaasen and Markram already there. Look very formidable for a change on paper at least. But I hope they get the backroom thing sorted, which has been a major issue for them and which has been kind of hampering growth ever since the likes of Kane Williamson, David Warner left.
True. Coming to another very, very costly bid, पैसों की बात करें तो Daryl Mitchell, CSK have picked him and makes a lot of sense because of शायद Ben Stokes की जगह किसी को चाहते थे वहाँ पर, and he's been bought for 14 crores by the Chennai Super Kings. What do you have to say?
Absolutely good buy. He looks a player absolutely in that Chennai mold, I would say. Very, 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 very fine batter and an equally good human being off the field too. Like we interviewed him before the World Cup. If you haven't seen that World Cup of Daryl Mitchell, log on to Cricket Next and cricketnext.com. You will see that interview with him. And even during that interaction, Soumya, there are certain players who give you that sense of calm, that sense of assurance, and the likable figures. And he was one of them. And I met him after that also. After the semi-final game against India at the Wankhede, and he looked so much at ease, and that's how he goes about business in the middle too. The 200s which he scored, which came against India, and the way he handled Kuldeep Yadav, that is signs of things to come in the IPL too. He showed that he's a good player of spin, and he has that very good footwork, and the head is in the right place, and that is important for a player. A batter tends to, you can say that a batter peaks early, but he has peaked at the right time, and these couple of years could be very crucial for him to establish himself as that regular player in the T20 leagues around the world. And IPL 14 crores, that's a lot of money. I wanted him to play for Punjab because Punjab needed him more than probably CSK right now. They were there in it with the bid, but I think CSK made up their mind much before, and Fleming wanted that guy in the 11 and he got it.
True. Coming to the next two players, a bit surprising for Harshal Patel going for 11.75 to Punjab Kings. Do you think it was a bit of extra money for someone who has a habit of leaking runs at times? His bad days are as I say, are really bad.
No, you're right, and his bad days have been really bad of late, and he has struggled ever since that injury layoff, which I just spoke about some time back during our Cricket Next special broadcast, which has been going on since the morning. That that rhythm and that dip in the slower ones, which was a thing which you could associate Harshal Patel with, that went missing after that injury layoff. Suddenly, you saw him that he was short on rhythm, short on confidence. The slower ones weren't being executed with that much control. He was struggling to grip the ball in due when the ball gets wet, which is like very common in the IPL in the second half. But I think the game time which he had with Haryana this year, he played both the formats for them, played a leading role, like looked very good under pressure against Rajasthan in the Vijayawada Trophy final, which Haryana went on to win, and it was a game which was slipping away from their hands. But Harshal did bowl well in the final few overs, and that has been the case with him. It's the ability to choke those runs, on his good days, I would say. And that is what Punjab wanted right now. With Rabada and Arshdeep, I think a lot of heavy lifting was being done by Arshdeep because Rabada, the DC bowler, and Rabada, the Punjab Kings bowler, have been two different personalities altogether. So I think they needed someone to just tighten things up at the death, and that's why they went after Harshal Patel. I hope it works.
Okay, coming to Alzari Joseph, 11.5 crores to RCB. They wanted someone of that sort, and we saw that Pat Cummins ke time pe bhi they went into that bidding war. They almost got to 20 crores, but the budget didn't allow that. The cost didn't allow that. But Alzari Joseph has that habit of giving away runs again.
No, I think that's too big a price for Alzari Joseph. I don't even see him playing all 14 games. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because he's a hard-working boy, has done well, in limited opportunities he has got. But then you would want that, that pressure, the price tag pressure is going to be a lot for someone like Alzari. That's a lot of money. 11 crores for a player coming from the Caribbean, if I'm not wrong. That's a lot of money, and I don't understand why RCB went so heavy after him. They could have saved their money for, or just broke the bank. They could have broken bank for someone like a Pat Cummins, because that could have made more sense, because they need some quality in the seam bowlers, because right now it's just Mohammad Siraj, Akashdeep. You have
Akashdeep and Vijay Kumar Vaishak.
So Vaishak is not playing for sure. See, Akashdeep is playing. You have Siraj who's playing. So I don't know. I don't really understand how that Alzari Joseph move is going to work out, and how they're going to squeeze him in the 11 for all 14 games.
So initially I just thought when they went for Pat Cummins, in that manner, I just thought they are looking for someone who can also take up that leadership role. But again, with Alzari Joseph, doesn't seem to go that way. Coming to the surprises, two of them, Roman Powell and Travis Head. Travis Head going for that kind of amount with somewhere around just over 6 crores, and Roman Powell 7.4 crores. He was the first bid. How surprised were you? One is a steal, and the other one is bit tricky.
Travis Head, yes, absolutely a steal, and for SRH, at top of the order, Travis Head is going to be a revelation for them. They needed something of that sort ever since David Warner in his prime days had left. The Warner in his prime days at top of the order for SRH was a different beast altogether, and that is why they enjoyed so much success during that period. But ever since Warner left, ever since Shikhar Dhawan left, they missed that consistency at top of the order. Now with Travis Head coming in, hopefully he'll be opening with someone like a Mayank Agarwal or Abhishek Sharma, and then you have the likes of Aiden Markram, Glenn Phillips, you have Andre Klaasen, and then you always have the option of playing someone like a Washington Sundar at 3. So the batting kind of now looks very solid with Travis Head coming in, and at that price, mind you, the kind of starts Travis Head can give, he's a proper steal, and he can bowl a couple of overs of off spin too, smart bowler too. But Roman Powell, I was surprised because he was the first player to be out from the bag, and 7.4 crores to Rajasthan Royals. He plays for one of the teams, I think, Barbados Royals. So he has done well there. But see, IPL is a different beast altogether, boss. I don't really buy into the fact that if a player has done well in a BBL or say Caribbean Premier League, or for that matter PSL, he could come and do the same in the IPL, because in the IPL, first of all, there's a lot of price tag pressure, and then there's a lot of conditions pressure. Conditions are completely different, and I have seen Robin Powell struggle against spin
Spin.
when he was playing for the Delhi Capitals. So he did struggle,
Yeah.
and he played that finisher's role with DC too. So it wasn't that there wasn't any clarity of thought when he was with Delhi Capitals, but there was that weakness against spin which teams did exploit. And I hope that he has tightened that and plugged that hole, because that's very important, because spin is going to come left, right, and center when you're playing.
When you're playing the Indian Premier League, but you know that are the most that are the costliest picks in this IPL 2024 auctions. The fast bowlers have taken by storm, and that's it for now. अभी के लिए इतना ही, इस वीडियो के लिए इतना ही, लेकिन ऐसी ही अपडेट्स के लिए हमें करते रहिए फॉलो हमारे इंस्टाग्राम, फेसबुक और ट्विटर पे, और हमारे क्रिकेट एक्स यूट्यूब चैनल को जरूर सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, बेल आइकन जरूर दबाइए नोटिफाइड रहने के लिए, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब
Cricket.
थैंक यू वेरी मच.